Hey, I'm back. I guess I take too long. I talk too much. I have no idea, but it cut me off. So I had to do a part dose to this video. So I think where I left off was I was using my highlight. I don't really use it as my highlight, but it's my e.l.f. brush that says highlight, or not my e.l.f. So sorry. My Eco Tools brush, the highlight brush. Anyways, it's for my like orange. You know what? Let me just show you what it looks like so you can see. It's this shade right here. And let me kind of like take it out of the glare of the light. That's pretty blinding. There we go, right there. So anyways, that's the one that I'm using right now just to kind of brighten up my eye and give it that bronzy look. And that's going to go kind of like from the tear duct over into halfway into the lid. Just gives it a little oomph, little pop. So now that I've got my shadows on and everything, you know what, let me tie back my hair because this looks a mess. I am so sorry, guys. My first video and I look a hot mess. But it'll get better soon, promise. Put my little bun on top of my head. Okay, so now I'm going to use a black liner. I always line the inside of my waterline pretty much every single time I do my eyeshadow. And for me, for my eye shape, it really just kind of gives it a little bit more oomph. Some eye shapes you wouldn't really want to put the liner on the inside of the tear line because it would make the appearance of your eye look much smaller. So for instance, some people who have like really tight eyes or really like almond shaped eyes, if you go ahead and line the inside of your waterline, it actually makes your eyes look much smaller. And with that type of eye shape, a lot of the times people want it to look more full, more big and more dramatic. So you know, you got to kind of know for what eye shape and for what eye palette you have, what would look right and what wouldn't. So I'm going to go ahead and take my, brand is this? It's out of the drugstore. Okay, this is like one of the best drugstore eyeliners. There's my cousin in the background. Hi.
Hola.
Anyways, she is doing her project, so she'll be in here with me. But this is a Jordana, I think is how you pronounce it. But it comes like this, and as you can see, I use it a lot because it's almost gone. But it's like got a gold lid and gold wrapping. I have another one here that's like a, I'm going to be using this later. It has like a smoke slate color to it, but this is what it looks like. So it's Jordana. This light is like really bright. Sorry, guys. So, anyways, okay, here we go. For me, I can't like do my eyeliner without pulling my eyes, and I know that's really bad. They say it's not good, but for the way my eye is, it's the only way I'm gonna get it on without jacking myself up. Plus, I wear contacts, so I have to be mindful that when I'm doing this, I have to be very careful, otherwise they come out, and then my eye gets all irritated, red, puffy, and looks really gross. So I'm gonna go ahead and line the inside of my eyes, both the top and the bottom. This is how I do it. You don't necessarily have to do it that way. That's just how I've done it for years, and I just like to do it that way. I always start with the bottom ones first, and I go all the way in. I'm sure you can't. Let me kind of pull this down a little bit for you so you can see me. And I apologize, I sound really mumbly and stuffy, but I've been having a lot of sinus problems since I moved to Florida, and allergies. I just recently relocated from California, so I'm still adjusting to all the changes of the seasons and the pollen and blah blah blah. Now, for me, I have to be very careful with this part because this is where it'll actually get on my contact if I'm not careful. But I always line the inside right here, and I do it very carefully, and I don't ever want to get it like on the skin out here, which it will do sometimes for me and for my eyes. So I have to be very careful. Okay. Done with the black liner. Now, before I put on my actual eyeliner on the top, I'm going to fill in my brows. I know you guys might think, wow, that's a lot of makeup she's wearing just to go running. But I've taken so long at this point trying to make this video. I won't be running today. So this is just for you guys. I'll be washing this off in the next couple of hours. So the palette I showed you earlier from the Sephora kit that I have, it's actually this brown right here, which is right next to the color that I used on the inside of my lid right here. This one. It's right next to it, right here. And kind of tilt it away from the light so you can truly kind of see the color. You see it? Okay, here we go. Right. Where's my brush? Come on, brush. Alright, right there. Bing, bing, bing. No, down. Okay. Right there. So that's the color I've been using for my eyebrows. I just lightly take my eyebrow brush, which is also my original gangster brush. It's from Bare Minerals. So I'll be using that brush, and I always tap off the excess of what's left because it's for your brows. You don't want all of that fallout all over your pretty eyeshadow you just did. So I just lightly go over where I lined with the CoverGirl pencil, but I take it down further than I did the pencil. My poor brows, they used to be a lot more full. I think I let the wrong hands get to them one too many times when I would get them waxed, and I'm left with these few scraps of eyebrows now. Good times, right? And by the way, I recommend if you're going to do any arching or any form of maintenance to your brows, I recommend that you get them threaded because it lasts longer and it's more precise, it's more clean cut, and it doesn't mess up. I don't know how to explain it, but it gives it, like, when it grows back, it looks more full, and it looks better to me. I like it better than waxing. I have very sensitive skin and some skin issues sometimes, so waxing really irritates my skin, and when I get done waxing, it's really embarrassing because I walk out with these big puffy red splotches like my boyfriend just beat me. And I look like a monster. So, and don't ever let me get my upper lip waxed because then everybody knows my business because it turns red like a tomato and it's swollen and takes a few hours to go down. But when I get my stuff threaded, it's really a lot better. So I don't have all of that mess going on. Alright, so the next brow, let me try to hurry so I don't have to make 3 videos to this because I'm running my mouth. And you kind of just like want to go with the natural shape of your eyebrow. I'm not going to judge anybody or say any cruel comments, but I do get some laughs out of people who like really draw on their eyebrows. I know some people don't have them, so you gotta make them, but I'm talking about the ones that really go a little overboard with it. So you don't want to be the laughing stock of the town. So, all right, next I'm going to take my Jordana eye liner, and it's in Green Gables. This is the shade. The black one that I used is, oh wow, oh, it's called Onyx. Okay, it rubbed off, so I didn't even get to see it. So now I'm going to go ahead and line my eyes, and I'm just going to start. I always start with the outer corner, and I work my way in. And these eye pencils are very smooth, very soft, very silky, and they wear well. So I really like them. They're a really good drugstore find. I used to, the only type of drugstore makeup I would ever really wear would be the mascaras and the eyeliners. That I always did, no matter what. But this one is really good. Because it's natural, you don't want to go too, this is a natural look, so you don't want to go like crazy with the eyeliner. But the good thing about this one is that it's a really, it's not black, so it's not as severe. And I've always found when you do a natural look, it's best to use like a greenish or a brown eyeliner, because it gives it more of a subtle, soft look. So I'm just going to barely put a little bit of eyeliner on my bottom lid down here, because I don't like too much down there, because I always smudge it out anyways, and for my eye shape, too much eyeliner looks crazy. Okay, at least on the lower part. So now I'm going to take one of my tapered eyeshadow brushes from Bare Essentials or Bare Minerals, and I'm going to smudge it out. And I always do kind of like a cat eye on my eyes, and I always give it a wing coming out. So I don't know if you guys can see this. Sorry, move my mirror. Alright, I'm really trying to hurry because I hate for you guys to have to watch 3 of my videos just because I was talking too much and taking too long. Just for one look, that's a little crazy. But then again, you guys might find me entertaining. Ha ha ha. Alright. Let me make sure I'm even here. Not quite. At least not to me on one. Alright. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and smudge out the bottom a little bit. And I just barely, I very lightly do it. I always come in from the tear duct, and I really lightly smudge in the tear duct area because I don't want a big, I just don't want raccoon eyes. It's not cute. Alright, so now I'm going to do a mascara. And this mascara I absolutely 100% love. It is my L'Oreal Million Lashes in Black Noir. And it's in this nice, sleek, high-class looking gold tube. And the bristles, now normally I hate this kind of mascara brush, but this one was phenomenal. I tried it and I fell in love, and it's like these little plastic